Hey y'all, how's it going? This is Reed, aka Carnivore Chef. Welcome to Down South Carnivore Episode 2. In today's video, I wanted to cover pimento cheese. However, I didn't just want to show you how to make pimento cheese and leave you there. I wanted to give you a few ways to use it as well so that you're not just stuck there with a pile of mayonnaise cheese on a spoon. So how about we get started so your brain can get spinning on what to do with this tasty southern treat. Also, here's a caveat. I didn't want to use jarred pimentos for this recipe at all, so I just went with the next best thing, which is roasted fresh peppers. If you hate me for this, I totally understand. Please leave your angry comments below. So, we're going to need some mayo, and if you're like me, the availability of mayo that isn't made out of absolute garbage PUFAs is non-existent. We're obviously going to make it, so to do this, in a food processor, place 1 whole egg and a teaspoon of lemon juice and pulse this a few times to get it started. Next, put 1 cup of avocado oil into a pourable container like a measuring cup with a lip or a squeeze bottle. Okay, now turn this on low and slowly start dripping your oil through the hole. You're going to want to start doing this in drips, and then once you're about 1/3 of the way through the oil, you can start to steadily stream it in. Once all of your oil is used up and your mayonnaise looks whipped, season with about a ½ teaspoon of salt, and then store for later. I just recently uploaded a video on how to make mayo a couple different ways, so I'll leave a card at the top. Like I said earlier, I didn't want to use jarred pimentos here, so I went with the fresh red bell pepper. Place this either in a very hot oven or directly on a gas burner to begin to char it. We want to get all the sides pretty blackened. This will add a ton of smoky flavor as well as soften up the pepper. Once it's blackened, place it into a bowl and cover it with plastic wrap or a kitchen towel for about 15 minutes. Doing this will allow the pepper to steam and soften even more and release the skin. Now we want to take the pepper and run it under the sink and begin to peel with the water. You could sit there and peel this by hand without water, but you'll have a much easier time getting all of it off under the water. When you cut into it, there will be a fair amount of moisture. Go ahead and pour that off and dice it up. Next, we're going to need about 2 cups of cheddar. I'm using what people in the South call hoop cheese. It's just normal cheddar that comes with a wax casing. Alright, let's go ahead and make this. Combine your cheese with about a 1/4 cup of roasted bell peppers, about a ½ cup of your mayo, and salt and pepper to taste. Mix this very well and refrigerate for about 15 minutes before serving. Now, I had another idea while getting ingredients for this. How about a smoky jalapeno pimento cheese? Alright, for this one you're going to need to do the same thing to your jalapenos. Roast, char, make sure they're softened, make sure they're smoky. For the cheese, we're going to need 1 cup of shredded smoked Gouda, and now you're going to want to de-seed your jalapenos unless you just want it ungodly spicy. Go ahead and dice these up and set them aside. Now, wash your hands, and your knife, and your cutting board. Just trust me, use soap. Okay, to make this, mix 1 cup of smoked Gouda, a ½ cup of your mayonnaise, and 3 tablespoons of diced jalapeno. Salt and pepper as to taste, mix well, and refrigerate for about 15 minutes as well. Now, you may be holding a spoon of this stuff and asking, what can I do with this? Well, how about simply putting it on a pork rinds? That's pretty good. How about a grilled cheese? Let's take a 1/4 pound of ground beef and 3 eggs. Place those into a food processor or a blender until fully incorporated. Now, pull out a tiny waffle iron and pour in some of your batter. Look at that, you have waffles now, which can be used as bread. Now, place a pan over medium-high heat with a tablespoon of your mayonnaise. Place a waffle in this. Top that with pimento cheese. And add your top waffle and begin to press. Flip this once and press the other side. Do this until the cheese is nice and melty. This is probably my favorite thing to do with pimento cheese, and I highly recommend it. But that's not all. How about some meatballs? Take a half pound of ground beef and 2 heaping tablespoons of your smoky jalapeno pimento cheese and mix this together. Roll out 1 ounce meatballs and align them on a baking sheet. Place these into a 400-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 20 minutes and allow them to rest for about 5 minutes once out. Plate them up and eat them as is, or toss them in hollandaise and put them on some carnivore waffles. I really should have done that now that I think about it, but, you know, live and learn. Maybe I'll do that one day. Well, that's it. Pimento cheese is one of those things we'd have in our refrigerator pretty consistently when I was growing up. I have fond memories of it, and I'm happy to be able to have it every now and then without worrying about what kind of garbage is in it. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. If you have any southern foods that you're interested in seeing me recreate, leave a comment down below. Until next time, stay beefy, my friends.